No matter what conversation we're walking into or who it's with or what they walk into the conversation with, the most important work that we could ever do is the internal heart work so that I know what I'm bringing to every conversation. The internal work makes us more humble, more unoffendable, more curious, and overall stronger. And I think they all look like very open-ended and challenging questions that we have to ask ourselves and spend some time working on with God. Questions like, am I afraid to be wrong? What do I talk about more? My party, my opinion, or Jesus' kingdom? Am I trying to prove a point or make a difference? Could I be wrong? What experiences don't I have that would help me actually shape up a new opinion? What experiences can I never have? What experiences do I need to learn about from someone else? Am I evaluating my politics through the filter of our faith instead of creating a version of faith that supports my politics? A really tough one, what do I fear about the other side's stance? What would it cost me if they were actually right or if they won? So if the election goes in a different way than I expect it to, instead of just fearing the boogeyman or fearing a potential future, what am I actually looking at that it would cost me? And the reality is that a lot of times, I think, when we're talking about cost, we were relying on Western civilization or technology or government or somebody else to provide something that we were never promised except for promised by God. And so a lot of times God actually replaces the thing that we expected to get from somebody else with something that he gives us directly. Peace, security, purpose, confidence, all of those things are supposed to come from God. And lastly, a question that I think is really challenging and takes a lot of work. Am I evaluating my politics against the other side, or am I evaluating my politics against Scripture? Because the reality is that even if my opinion is better than that guy's opinion, it's still irrelevant because we only have to care about one opinion, and it's the opinion of God. And so going on that journey is much more important than the other side. And I think that those are the things that make us ready for any conversation, whether it's inside a group discussion, outside a group discussion. Doing that internal work means that we can bring a humble and healthy self with Jesus' goal of unity and self-sacrificial love and others' interests ahead of our own and love for our enemies. When those things are at the forefront, any conversation gets a lot less dangerous and a lot more productive.